Renee Cote from Dog on Fabulous and the Dog Enrichment Program Coordinator here at the Niagara Falls Humane Society. I'm here with Kaylee and Linda, two volunteers that work these dogs on a daily basis and make our program happen. One of the exercises we're demonstrating for you today is the loose leash walk. So we just want the dogs to be able to have a leisurely walk, but that leash is kept nice and loose. We're going to get their attention and have them check in with us by using a series of cues. So using a food lure or dropping our hand to them and getting them to follow our hand for a hand signal, using our voice or some kind of movement to stimulate them to get them to come to us. Just like that, opposed to using the leash and pulling on that. The leash is going to be our last resort. We want to make sure that we're having the dogs responding to our voice and our cues, like I said, so that they are getting better prepared to be off-leash dogs. Now up ahead we have Phyllis, who is working with one of the puppies that we have, and she's doing some luring and then focus. So she simply wants the dog to follow her hand, okay, and try to get her to follow her hand for hand signals. Then once she does, she's distracted with it. Once she does, she's going to offer her a little reward, okay? And if she simply pulls her hand up like that, she can get the dog to sit and focus. So Lita's a puppy here and she's catching on really well to the training techniques and what we're trying to do, which is again, getting the dog to think on their own and making the choice and what gets them the things that they find valuable. So for example, coming out of the kennel, they need to be calm and obedient. They're not just going to barge out of the kennel. So they learn that this type of behavior is what gets them to the things that they want, which is outside and enjoying a nice walk. Okay, so we'll do more example of a loose leash walk with Lita here. There, so she gave her a vocal cue to get her moving, opposed to using the leash to get her to move. So again, nice focus there. So what Lita's learning here is when you sit and focus on the handler, that gets you a nice reward, okay, and then that gets you more freedom, which is to be able to walk more. Okay, so Lita's really having to think on her own and using her brain to say, what gets me the things that I want? Very good. That's it. If you're interested in volunteering, then come on down to the shelter, fill out an application. You're going to get set up with me to do a private training session, and we're going to teach you these techniques. What we're trying to implement here is basic structure for these dogs and letting them know, things like, sitting and being calm and obedient gets you closer to getting out in the enclosure, getting out and having a nice walk. And what we're essentially trying to do is set these dogs up for being better placed into a home and staying in that home. So it's really important that we start the foundation of training here and we get them set on their way for their new owners.